Do I have to cut out chocolate chip cookies and fish and chips and wine night in order to lose weight or reach my goals? These are all questions my clients ask all the time. Isn't it a great relief to know that we can include these foods that might be considered treat foods in our lives while still keeping an eye on our nutrition? I'm talking about enjoying without guilt. It totally ruins the experience when we're just sitting there thinking the whole time, this is bad, or I'm so bad for eating this, or those pesky diet thoughts that say, I'm not eating sweets for the rest of the month, or I'm going on a diet tomorrow. Some clients report feeling the need to make up for eating these types of foods by skipping the next meal or exercising more, and that makes the experience all around negative, so we don't even get to enjoy the treat we're eating. Well, I have news for you. Feeling terrible does not help you reach your goals or eat better. It doesn't even burn calories. In fact, a lot of times, planning to restrict tomorrow or adding guilt and shame usually just leads to eating more of those same foods we're feeling guilty about eating in the first place, and ultimately standing in the way of our health goals. Well, what would it be like to be able to eat the cookie or drink the wine, enjoy it, and move on with your day? Wouldn't that be nice? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about how to have your cake and eat it too, so to speak. How to plan a strategy around treat type foods and have a balanced and healthy diet. Hey friends, I'm Christina. I'm a nutrition coach, and on this channel, I talk about lean eating skills without any restrictive diets or calorie counting while keeping the fun in life, like treat foods. By the way, when I say treat foods, that would include alcohol, fried foods, and desserts or sweets. I don't know about you, but I don't like feeling like I'm missing out on foods that are fun and that make life great, but aren't necessarily nutritious, right? Have you ever been on a diet at a party? Ugh. So you're saying I can have these foods and stay healthy at the same time? Yes. Yes, I am. How do we do this? Well, first, we determine if treats are worth it or not, and secondly, we learn how to maximize enjoyment from the ones that you deem worthy of your choosing. And we will do all of this without feeling guilty at all because it's all part of the plan. Isn't that just great? Okay, so I think we can all agree that not all treat foods are created equal, and people enjoy different types of treat foods more than others. Maybe you've experienced the whole spectrum of these foods. Some that are totally amazing and delicious, and I didn't even know food could taste that good, and all the way to the other side of the spectrum that it just like dried out, flavorless things that were totally not worth the calories. Also kind of made me choke a little bit, and everything in between, like store-bought cookies that are just okay. Or those graham crackers that are a little stale in your pantry, but it was the only sweet thing you had in the house and you were craving it. So think back to this last week. You've probably experienced a range of these foods. What were some of the amazingly awesome ones that you want in your life again? Like, you can almost taste it just thinking about it. Maybe it was that delicious falafel at the local Syrian restaurant that you had recently, or that amazing tiramisu that you made for your mom's birthday. Try to think of a few specifics. Then think back to any that were just okay or even a little gross. Maybe you ate the cold french fries from your child's kids meal that they left behind and realized, wow, these aren't even a little bit good. Or that frostbitten fudgesicle that you ate that had been sitting in your freezer since last summer. Ugh. Are you seeing the differences here? Some of these are amazingly awesome and some are just not, right? So what do you think would happen if you started getting really selective about the treats you ate? This skill is all about pairing out those foods and experiences that just aren't really that great. We do this to remove excess calories while keeping lots of enjoyment. Think of how many times we eat things that are just offered to us, even if they aren't our favorites. Having a treats strategy is one of my favorite eating skills that I love chatting with clients about because it's like a light bulb goes off for them. It definitely did for me. This treat strategy is not just about the food we are eating, but the circumstances surrounding them as well. So here are some real life examples from my clients just in the last few weeks. One client described the most recent Valentine's Day dinner she had with her husband. She explained that they wanted to get appetizers, a main course, and dessert and wine. She had been practicing eating just enough and was able to really enjoy some delicious food that included treats like wine and dessert, and celebrate love with her husband for a special date night. Another client described a difficult Valentine's Day experience where she heard some hard news and was experiencing some sad feelings with a recent breakup with her partner. She felt emotional and went through a drive-thru. She ate her food while driving and didn't even pay attention to what she was eating. Her mom had gotten her some chocolate and she ate the entire box and then some while working late. She didn't even like some of them, but didn't pay much attention to it because she was distracted by her negative feelings and the screen in front of her. So in this case, she's alone, distracted, and feeling some negative emotions. Even if she enjoyed the taste of these things, she missed out on even that because she wasn't mindful of what she was doing. Another client shared that he really loves this Saturday night tradition of getting fish and chips at this local spot with his partner, and when we started working together, he thought for sure he would have to give that up. It's an experience that he really looks forward to, and the food is top notch and just a fun way to end the long week. This same client said that he bought some candies that same night, ate a few, and realized they weren't even that good. And do you know what he did? He threw them away. He realized he didn't like them, and he had just had this amazing fish and chips, so it was easy to identify that this wasn't worth it. Here's a pro tip. Let the first bite be your test. If you don't love it, stop eating it. Let me give you another example. A client recently went away on a weekend trip to see her brother in another city. When she got home, her husband had bought a giant bag of kettle corn popcorn, which is like her favorite. Well, she has been practicing not snacking in the evenings, but she really missed her husband and wanted to connect with him after being apart for a bit. And he did this nice gesture of buying her favorite treat, and they shared it together as they caught each other up from their weekend. She took it a step further and recognized when we were talking, but I realized one thing that could have made this experience even better was just portioning out a reasonable amount into a bowl so I don't eat so much that I just feel uncomfortably full and I'm just like mindlessly eating because it's so good. So hopefully you're starting to understand that the worth itness of treats can have to do with what foods you're eating, the environment and situation, and even your emotional state. Are you seeing the point here? We get to decide what types of food are worth it and which ones aren't. We get to decide what environments and portion size is worth it. Is there any more enjoyment to that extra large sundae, like the size of your face, that you can't get from a reasonable single serve portion and not deal with the heartburn and the stomachache afterwards? I'll let you decide that one. I can share some extreme Moose Tracks ice cream with my family members over a birthday celebration, and it's a beautiful experience. If I'm pouring over that same tub of ice cream alone after a stressful day or a recent heartbreak, then it might not be as worth it, right? Are you ready to try this out for yourself? Think of the examples for you, both positive and negative, in your own life. Personalizing it is key to unlocking this treat's secret. What things make your treats amazingly awesome? The foods, the people with whom you share them, the moods, the environment. What about things that make it not so great or even terrible? This exercise is so worth your time, and I imagine you will be saying no to a lot more things as you practice. You deserve to have high quality, only amazingly enjoyable treat experiences. What are some of your favorite treats that you want to include this week? Leave a comment below. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.